All right, we are day 1 of Module 10. This module about circles. We're going to talk about arcs and sectors later. Our learning goal or success criteria today is that you can be able to convert degrees to radians and radians to degrees, so that you know what that is. This first one right here is our goal and our criteria. So you guys should be able to know what a degree is, what a radian is, and then how to convert it today. This should be a base skill that you need to know for the rest of this module as well. So, all right, so what is a degree, guys? Well, a degree, right, is how we measure. This is how we measure an angle, right? But the better question is, what makes 1 degree? So, like when I have 2 lines that form this angle here, like why is this, 20 degrees? And so, and the answer is really that somebody just decided however far was going to be one angle or 1 degree at that point in time. So what we're going to do, and you guys are very familiar with degrees, you guys have used degrees before, but I want to introduce this idea of what a radian is. So a radian is it's a measurement of an angle, so it measures an angle. And that angle is going to be measured by, it's a very, very mathematical way. So I'm going to have a circle. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. And I'm going to have my center of that circle, and I'm going to have a radius and another radius that form this angle here. But the ends of those circles, or the ends of those radiuses that are on the line, when you go around the outside edge of that circle, that's going to be length r. So it's an angle that's, again, made up of 2 radiuses, or radii is what you'd call that, where the distance on the arc is r as well. Okay, so it's the same. So the measure of the angle made up of 2 radiuses or radii. That's really how this should be. Where the distance on the arc is r as well. So it's very mathematical that this distance is going to be that way every single time. So to convert this, when we're converting from degrees to radians, if you guys go around this circle, just like going from feet to inches or inches to feet, there's 12 inches in a foot, we're going to have a conversion. So the conversion is that for every 180 degrees, we go 3.1415 radians for every 100. And that 3.1415 is pi. So to convert from degrees to radians, my conversion is to take, so I'm going to write this right over here. I'm going to take my degrees, and I'm going to times it by pi over 180. And I'm going to leave it in terms of pi. So this needs to be, again, left in terms of pi. So when I go to do this, I've got 150 degrees. I take the 150, and I'm going to times it by pi over 180. But if I just plug that in, it'll give me as a decimal. So what I want to do is take 150 over 180 and simplify it. When I simplify that, again, if I wrote this, it'd be 150 pi over 180, but I don't want to simplify this. This would simplify to 5, and I leave the pi over 6. This is what we mean by in terms of pi. So I just simplify the 150 over 180, and that simplifies to 5 over 6, and I have the pi with it. Okay? That's it. That's how I convert. Just like if I want to know how many inches are in 3 feet, I just go 12 times 3. Okay? So this next one, I'm going to take 45, and I'm going to times it by pi over 180. Again, this would be 45 pi over 180, but again, I do not want to leave it as an improper fraction. I got to simplify that. So 45 over 180 is 1/4, so this would be 1 pi over 4 is what you get with this one. Okay, and then this last example, I got 300. I'm going to times that by, again, pi over 180. Again, this would be 300 pi over 180. But, oops, maybe my writing here. And then, but what I want to do is make sure, again, that I simplify that, that fraction, which just simplifies to 5/3. So this would be 5 pi over 3. That would be your simplified part. Okay? So that's how you convert. You convert, again, I would make sure that you know this part is very, very important that you guys know. Okay? All right. Well, what if we are given radians and I want to go back to degrees? So I'm going to take the radian and I'm going to times it by just the opposite of that, 180 over pi. Okay, and then this one's going to be put in degrees is what it's going to do. So for this one, I would just take the 5 pi over 6, and I'm going to times it by 180 over pi. What ends up happening is the pi's cancel out, and then I just have to go 5 times 180. And then I've got to just divide that by 6. So this would give me 150 degrees. Okay, pi over 3, I'm going to times it by 180 over pi. Again, the pi's will cancel out with each other, and it's just 180 divided by 3, which gives me 60 degrees. And then this last one, again, same thing. I'm going to times by 180 over pi. My pi's will cancel out, and I'm going to go 8 times 180, and then I'm going to divide that by 9, and that gives me 160 degrees. And that is how you convert things from degree or radians to degrees. So again, another part that's really important is that you remember this part too. It's important that we don't forget those two. Those are my 2 conversions. Okay? And again, it's just another way to measure an angle. You've got your degrees and you got radians. Radians are just a little bit more precise and mathematical. And we're going to use those to find different features on a circle as well. So, all right. We'll see you later. Bye.